Hello, my name is Dustin Watts, and I am with the Entrepreneurship for the Public Good program. I am an engineering major, and I'm a sophomore here at Berea College. When you consider the average Trans-American bicyclist, you have to know that they're usually around 22 to 40 years old, but they can be older. They usually travel alone, but they can also meet people on the trail and start to ride with them. Their household incomes can vary because the ages are so diverse. Usually they expect to spend around $6 to $15 a day after preparing for the trip, which the startup cost is what they spend a large amount of money on. The persona I'm going to focus on for this presentation is a single white male that doesn't have a planned trip so they can go at their own pace. This is a good thing because it gives them freedom to spend more time in towns like Berea. When you travel on a bike across the country, you want to spend a relaxing evening when you finally stop for the day. So a typical Trans-American bicyclist, they have an active lifestyle and they want to experience the culture of the many places that they come across. They will usually come into town, secure a place to stay, and then explore their area. Doing this requires them to feel safe in their environment, and Berea is great at making people feel welcome and safe. At a place like Berea, cyclists tend to stay a day or more to see what all this place has to offer. Some limitations exist when examining a Trans-American cyclist. One is that they always travel with their bikes, and if they're not using their bike, then they are walking. They can't travel far to go places, and they can't buy anything to keep with them since it will just be extra weight. Another limitation to their visit would be their attire. They usually only carry a couple different outfits, and those don't include anything fancy, so they will stick to less extravagant places. So why come to Berea? Well, as you can see, the Trans-American Bike Trail goes right by Berea, which is great. It's also a stopping point for most people and a resting place. Everyone doing the Trans-American Bike Trail, they have to go past Berea. This information is available to all the bikers through the website and the map that they can purchase to use while on the trail. If they ever have questions about Berea, they can call the Welcome Center, which is the best place to tell people what there is to see and do while they're here staying for a day or two. When biking across the states, it is hard to determine where to go to see the best things, so when people come across some free Wi-Fi, they take that opportunity to use the benefits of social media to find out what's worth seeing in the area. Many places in Berea are on both Yelp and TripAdvisor. Facebook can be used to see who is around in the area of Berea for you to contact for advice on what to visit and see while you're here. Social media is an invaluable tool that is widely used in travels. So, my traveler will first arrive in Berea on Friday at 6:30, and he will notice things at Boone Tavern. Once he gets all of his stuff settled, he realizes he's really tired, and he's really glad he chose Boone Tavern to stay because it's a very nice place. After settling everything in the Boone Tavern, he heads out to Papolino's for a great Italian meal that you can only get here in Berea. Since bikers want to experience the uniqueness of communities, this is a great place to start for Berea. After getting full, he takes his leisurely time and explores all the culture that Old Town has to offer. It really shows the community and how quaint a place like Berea is. It appeals to the artistic side and it helps people remember all that they see. He heads to bed around 9 and prepares for a long day full of activities. This is one of the nicest places he's stayed in compared to everywhere else. He wakes up early to hike the Pinnacles. It's a great hike that is relaxing after several days on his bike, and it's a great way to examine the natural aspect that Berea has to offer. It's very serene and peaceful. It's a great place for taking pictures to take back and show to everyone, and it's a good way to get people to recommend Berea to friends and family. After a few hours of hiking, he heads back to Main Street in Berea, and as he's passing by, he notices the Main Street Cafe, a nice little local restaurant that looks great for lunch. This is a great place to show off the local atmosphere of Berea while you enjoy a good cheap meal. After having lunch, he heads back to visit the Berea College bookstore. He browses around for some things, but remember, souvenirs are very weighty for a traveler like himself. So he just looks at the t-shirts and the shirts and the hats and stuff like that. Those things he can carry because they don't weigh that much. This shop is great for showing off some of the college spirit that is within this part of Berea. After checking out the college store, he heads right down the street to discover the art of the college. At the Log House Craft Gallery, he can see all of the art that the students have produced over the years. This is great for people that love art and want to see what the students can do that come to Berea. It's not just art by students either. There are many local artists that showcase their pieces here for sale. Maybe he could recommend this to his friends back home so they could come and see. Once he sees how close he is to the college, he wants to go on a tour. But there's several tours throughout the year, but since his schedule isn't concrete, he wants to experience it for himself, so he takes a self-guided tour. The college is what makes this town so full of energy and so full of people. Taking an hour to explore the campus shows him how much this college means to the people of Berea. It provides jobs and education and a source of entertainment when people want to watch their local Berea basketball team play. After heading back and grabbing his bike, he rides out to the Artisan Center. This place is full of many interesting things that people come from all around to see. It's full of art, and it has a cafe. But this visit, he just wants to focus on the art, because he knows he wants to eat somewhere nice for dinner. This is a great place to showcase all the culture of Kentucky art in one area. It will definitely captivate you. Being a trail rider himself, he definitely wants to stop by the Boone Trace Marker. It is a great historical marker that will make you think of how Daniel Boone himself came through this area. It's great to think about the people before us and how their efforts produced such amazing things that we still remember today. Himself being a Trans-American biker, it's hard to get good quality food when he needs it. Coming to Berea is different though. Here you can shop at the Amish store and get some good healthy food that he's going to be able to take with him on his trip for the next few days. It's also right in the middle of Old Town, so after getting some food for tomorrow, it's time for him to find a nice place for dinner. And he sees this place, the Village Trough. This is a local restaurant that is great for someone who wants a good healthy meal. It has food for every type of person, whether you're a vegetarian or the biggest carnivore. This place also holds special events on the weekends and depends on the day what it will be. Be prepared for a fun dinner full of entertainment and great people all around. This is his last stop of the day because he is a biker and he needs to leave early the next day to make it to the next stop before it gets too hot for riding. So let's examine the financial impact that people leave on towns like Berea. After a biker like this visits Berea, they leave behind lots of their own money that can then be circulated throughout the local economy. Sure, they don't spend on extravagant things, but staying the night at a hotel and then buying dinner and food for the trip, it starts to add up, especially when there are thousands of Trans-American bikers that will come through Berea when it's all said and done. When they leave, we'll know because of all the help that they left behind. So what now? After all of this, I still don't think it's obvious what Berea has to offer. I mean, sure, it's on their map, but they just know that it's a college town. Many don't know that there are many cultural and historical aspects of Berea that are definitely worth visiting while they're here. I think some more advertising would be a good thing to look into, and I think word of mouth definitely helps as of now.